And right now we are going to introduce a great friend of ours. We've known him for many years. He hails from Youngstown, Ohio, and been living in New York City area for a long, long time. And he's got a brand new album which is available. He's out on tour doing various dates. We'll talk about it. The soulful voice of Mr. Bobby Harden. It's called River of Soul, his latest release. And we welcome once again to the Upper Room with Joe Kelley and WVOF, Bobby Harden. How you doing, Bobby?
I'm doing great, Joe. And how are you?
We're doing great, and we were talking off air about, we wanted to have you on for months, but basketball got in the way here, but you're here, so thanks a lot.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, everything was getting in the way, but everything happens at the right time, right?
That's right. Yeah. So the last time we talked, a few years ago, but you've been hard at work writing a new record with your big band, coming off some big dates at B.B. King's. Tell us about what's been going on when you hit B.B. King's in the full band.
Well, the band is called Soul Purpose, and B.B. King has been really good to us. We do two shows, and we always get a good turnout. For the most part, a good turnout, plus some really wonderful walk-ins, and actually I met a wonderful. I don't like calling people fans because I like calling them my friends, but he is really he has become not only a great fan but a great friend too, and he is actually helping me a lot. He's from the UK, so when I did my record release concert, he was bringing his family over, 6 generations, okay? 6 family members that came over. So he Googled B.B. King to see who was playing, and he saw my name, and then he went to my website, and and then he contacted me, and we started communicating. But I thought he was probably one of the fans I picked up from, fan friends from the Blues Brother tours, because we pick up a lot of people from, people that really just want to stay in touch with you. So I thought he might have been one of the friends that I met along the way. And to come to find out, so we're communicating. So finally, make a long story short, he came to my concert, he brought the 6 generations, and and they just were the best. And he and I have been communicating regularly. He's actually, really promoting me and helping me, make things happen, along with my manager, Richard, and I. Richard, we just we need a 10,000 more of Chaz Brooks, that's his name. Okay. And he's just a great guy. So B.B. King has been really good to us good for us because you pick up a lot of new fans, and you pick up and you sell some CDs. How about that?
That's
Which
right.
is always a good thing.
Nothing like singing on stage in Times Square, right?
Yeah. So it's good, and people enjoy the show. They enjoy the show, Yeah, so I like B.B. King, and we do the Cutting Room. I did the Cutting Room once. We'll probably go back, I don't know when, but B.B. King has been good. And, we're going to do the Bitter End soon, but we're getting ready to go be at the Turning Point, which is a really great room. I performed that room years ago with Chris Carter when Chris Carter came out with this record. But the Turning Point we're going to be back there March 18th. It's going to be 2 sets. It's going to be a wonderful show. So I hope everybody come out and support. It's in Piermont, New York. A wonderful, wonderful venue, and they love music, and they really have a lot of great acts there. So I'm just glad and honored that they're going to have us at the Turning Point, March 18th.
That's right, 8 o'clock and 9:30 are the show times, and you have the whole band there, turningpointcafe.com. And we got to get into some music, Bobby.
And
we're going to go with the lead-off track, which, by the way, our listeners can go to bobbyharden.com, Bobby, HARDEN.com. The video is up there. Now, before we hit the track, tell us about the video, making of this video right in New York, right?
Yep, the video is Where Is the Love? And we're fortunate to find this couple to produce it. They were a young couple, and we hired them, and I hate to say it, but they were within my budget. And they did a great job. I mean, a really great job. They followed me around in Brooklyn and Manhattan, and we did some in Harlem, and we got some shots of some some really cool sites, locations, and they edited, and I was totally impressed, totally impressed, and we plan on using them again real soon for another track. So it's called "Where's the Love," which is one of my favorite songs. "Where's the Love," co-written with Gene Torres, my bass player, and it's really a bass track. It's just one of those tracks that's like hypnotic tracks, and I love it. So it's called "Where's the Love," and is that the one you're going to play?
Yeah, that's coming up right now. This is Bobby Harden right here on the Upper Room with Joe Kelley here at WVOF, and Bobby Harden. Great voice of Mr. Bobby Harden, great songwriter and stellar performer. He commands the stage, as you can see, his various performances. So you've been working this record, which is outstanding. Besides your voice, you've got, I was telling Kaveh, you're working with Leon from Saturday Night Live, right?
Right, Leon Pendarvis. He saved my butt. He came in and helped finish up some mixes, and he did the mastering and some editing, and he actually just saved my butt. He was great. Also, Dave McNair, who was mixing the record, did a great job on 5 of the tracks. He had his whole schedule just became really, really, hectic, so he could not finish up. He had a lot of stuff going on, and so Leon stepped in and helped me finish it up, and it was like, wow, he just slam dunked it, Leon Pendarvis. How good does that get, right?
That's right, yeah.
How many people can work with Leon Pendarvis? How many people can really call him like he's like a brother to me, And I met him through the Original Blues Brothers band, and Lou Marini. When I first got the job with the Original Blues Brothers. I think Leon was doing the Saturday Night Live, so he didn't go out on the first tour that I went on. But Lou had told him, said, "Man, when you meet Bobby, you and Bobby gonna click like gravy on rice." And Leon said, "Yeah, he was right. We just you meet people and it's just like that, And Leon is just one hell of a person, just a good-hearted person and extremely talented. And I always say he got the best gig in town, and he deserves it.
I'm looking at your schedule. We're talking right now here on the 7th, but a little over 2 weeks, you're taking that long flight over to Tokyo with the Blues Brothers, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we're going to be in Tokyo. We're going to play the
Blue Note.
The Blue Note.
Right. 4
nights, and then we fly over to Australia, and then we do the music festival there. That's going to be I'm looking forward to it, though. I love Japan. We hadn't been in, I think, 3 or 4 years, 5 years, but I am looking so forward to it, and it's just the people, come, and the fans come, and they just love the Original Blues Brothers, and they're really diehard fans, and I'd never been to Australia before, so I am really looking forward to that trip. Unfortunately, we're just going to fly over. I think we land. I think we can maybe sleep. I think I have to look at the dinner, or either we're going to perform, and then the next day we're on the plane back. Some people say, "Oh, you're so lucky." I say, "Yeah, I am lucky to go to a lot of places, but some of these places you just you put one foot on the ground and you start running, and then you run right back to the airport. But either way, it's all good. Japan and Australia. Looking forward to it very much.
And then it's a show which is going to be really cool. I love seeing the outdoor shows. Prospect Park in Brooklyn. You and Soul Purpose booked to play there, right?
Yes, at the Picnic House. It's a wonderful fundraiser. Wonderful fundraiser, and we have been doing it for the past 3 years now, and Cal Lovett is like a special guest, and Joe Perry, he'll be playing with us, with my band, and Joe Perry actually has a radio station too, but he co-wrote "Get on the Right Track" with me.
Okay.
And so he's a really great guitar player, and we wrote a couple of songs together. And so it's going to be at the Picnic House. It's a wonderful event. Check it out, Brooklyn, Prospect Park. You cannot. They have wonderful food. I mean, it's just so much fun. And people come, and they have all this great food, and we play. I do a concert, but and then Cal comes in, and he plays several songs with my band, and we just have a good rockin' good time, and we get people up dancing and they have a great time. Mm-hmm.
If you just tuned in, Bobby Harden is my special guest from New York City, BobbyHarden.com. And more importantly, March 18th, Bobby and his band Soul Purpose at the Turning Point, Piedmont, New York, March 18th. Doors open 8 o'clock. You said first set 9 o'clock, right?
9 p.m.
Yeah.
And once you're there, you don't leave, okay? So don't worry about any other time. Just get there by 8, and the first set is 9 p.m.
That's right. And River of Soul is his CD. You'll have that ready for sale?
Oh, yeah. It's on the whole CD. You can get the CD on cdbaby.com. And then if you're into just MP3s, you just go to iTunes. You can go to iTunes, Amazon.com, or I think cdbaby.com. You can get them on the MP3s also. But if you want the hardcover, it's a really great looking CD. The CD was designed by Matt Rockman,
okay.
And he's great. He designed originally my first CD, Soul Purpose, was designed by this guy named Arnold Hadaka, who did a great job. But what happened was the plant, when I sold out, the plant had closed and didn't give me my plates, and so I had to have it redesigned. But by that time, I had all my dreadlocks cut off and I had this new look. So this other guy, that's when Matt Rockman stepped in and designed the new first CD, this CD, and then I said he did such a great job. I want him to do redesign because he has his own style. It's really great. He look, so it's worth ordering the whole CD on cdbaby.com.
Yeah. Plus the music's smoking, right?
Yes, music is smoking. It's great. We have some, like Cliff Lyons wrote all the horn arrangements. Did an amazing job. He did an amazing job, and he did it as a gift to me. Cliff's been with me for a long time. Reggie Pittman is on the playing trumpet. I have John Hines playing trumpet on a couple of songs, and Reggie has been with me a long time. So here's the band members: Cliff Lyons on sax, Reggie Pittman on trumpet, Ron Thompson on keys, Gene Torres on bass, Herbie Maitland on guitar, Richie Gonzalez on drums, Joyce Stovall and Carol Sylvan on background vocals. And all of these band members have been with me for so long. I think Richie Gonzalez has been with me for the longest, but I've known Carol Sylvan for the longest. And but all of them, they're like true family members. They have my back. They've been there for me and with me for a very long time. And my promise to them is to take them on the road, and that's my promise. And I have an agent in Switzerland who promised me he's going to book my band. I want to bet. He books Blues Brothers, so we bet. He said, "Bobby, where's your business card?" I said, "I don't have one." I said, "Where's your iPhone?" Because everybody has an iPhone now. He said, "Man, listen, every time you travel, you're supposed to have your business card." I said, "Yeah, but everybody got iPhones now." He said, "Next time I see you, if you have a business card, I'll promise you I'll give you a tour. But your band." I said, "Well, listen, if that promise is golden, then you have to book my full band, the horns and the background singing. I don't want to piecemeal this guy." He said, "I promise you." And his wife Nino was standing right there, and she said, "He will." So now, my manager, we just did an electronic press kit last week, and that's being edited, and that's what he needs to get the ball bouncing. So well, now we're getting all the tools in place to make things happen, and in the meantime, we're doing all the promotion here, because when you're an indie artist, it's, Joe, you are a blessing to all of us, man. Your radio station, you playing our music, and you and letting people hear what we do. So, we have to, if any artist or anybody in life are out there doing something, you have to just keep stepping. Don't worry about the mile. Just worry about the first step. You will get to that mile if you keep stepping. And that's my philosophy now. And I tell my manager, we're just going to continue to do. My manager is Richard Rollison, by the way. I have to give him a shout out because he's great. Right. Richard and I, he's like the best thing that happened to me. He used to be in the music business years ago, and then he got out of it, and then he took an early retirement and said, "Listen, I want to get back into the business, and I want to help you, Bobby." So now we're working together, we're learning together, and we're working together, and he's been great. He follows up, he does a lot of things, he's working social media, big time, and he's great, because along the way I have had many leads, but I just, that's why Soul Purpose never got promoted, because, I got married and had the kids, the family, and, and I wanted to be a father first. I didn't want to do any traveling. I just wanted to be there for my kids so they can know who their daddy is. And now that one just turned 13, the other one will be 11, and they know who I am. They're ready to kick me out of the house now. Aren't you going on another tour, Dad? So now I can travel more. And when the Blues Brothers came, it came at a perfect time, because the Blues Brothers didn't travel that much. They traveled just enough to make it work for me. And now, as I said, with iPhones, even when I travel now, once they see me on FaceTime, for a couple of minutes, they say, okay, we're good to go. We don't need to talk. We just need to see you. So it's working out in a really wonderful way, because, as I said, the kids we're bonded, and my wife is, we're, first of all, it's just the two of us in New York, so, it's hard when, have family to help out, so it worked out perfectly that, I didn't travel as much, and now that things are, in my opinion, like, ready to go, the opportunities I feel like will come now, and they are coming, as I said, this guy named Chaz Brooks. Chaz, I wish you could hear this, man, because your ears should be ringing. He's just great. He's really, he's working on even trying to get me an article in Soul Bag magazine over there in UK, and so that's what I'm talking about. The little things. We just doing our part, and the universe is going to do its part, So that's all I can say on that.
All right. Hey, Bobby Harden's with you. You got time for one more segment?
Oh, sure.
Okay. We're going to play another song from Bobby Harden called Not Ready. And this is from River of Soul, BobbyHarden.com. And you'll hear from Bobby once again. Right? All right. Once again, another standout track from Mr. Bobby Harden called Not Ready from River of Soul. And Bobby, join us. Thanks for taking time. Bobby, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So
taking time. Thank you for having me, brother.
No, we got to have you on anytime, and we were talking off air about you coming to the studio, bringing the Soul Purpose Band and turning out the house here.
I'm going to bring all of them. We're going to come and we're going to do a concert, and we're going to turn it out.
Hey, we were also discussing off air about one day you wanted to head on down to New Orleans to make a record, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking because the Meters and the Neville Brothers, my all-time favorite, I just love, that's why I actually do Hey Blocky Way and Yellow Moon in my show, because oh my God, those two grooves are like, so I'm thinking, one or two things, I don't know. I mean, this is all floating around ideas because, it takes money to do these things, and, indie artists, you just can't, pick up and do that. So, I mean, I have to figure out, well, I won't say some indie artists can't. I'm working on that to be able to do that. And what I'm thinking about doing is trying to save up either, going there, just find a producer to produce the next record, or telling my band members, come on, just get a couple of minivans. I have one, and my keyboard has one. Let's all drive down. Whoever wants to be on the record, just drive down and let's do some recording. Or even fly the producer here. But it becomes costly out there. I'm thinking about it all. But the other ideal situation would be to get Liam Pendarvis to produce the next record. And I already mentioned, keep putting a bug in Steve Cropper's ear. Steve, you got to produce a track for me.
Right.
So, and he said, and Steve Cropper, let me tell you something. He's just as nice as they come, and just as humble. I mean, I really, from day one, I felt like, wow, like Steve Cropper, and this guy just, he's just a regular, everyday person. Just opens his heart and his arms and his, and his love, immediately. And so he's just been fantastic, fantastic. So I'm trying to get him to produce. I know he's going to do one. I'm going to get him. He's going to produce a track for me. It's just a single. Because that's what I want to do. Maybe in between the next record before. But you never know. Money is all. You never know when money's and project will come in. I would like to get Steve Cropper to produce one track. I can handle that. Produce a track for me, and then as I like to say, another goal is to go to New Orleans and find a producer there to produce this funky James Brown meets the Meter thing, happened. Because, when I'm on stage, some something happens. You know, sometimes I can be limping, but when I get on that stage, there's no limp. You know, it's just, you know, I just love the energy. I love the magic of being up there, and I love just going into that zone where, you know, I'm just at one with the music and with the audience. You know, it's just something happens. You know, and sometimes, to be honest, when someone listen to myself on a playback, I said that didn't sound so good, but I never. When I'm up there, I just feel great. You know, I just feel great, and it's just magic. So when I have all this other, you know, the meters and music like that, and it just brings the whole show together. So I'm working. Those are some of the ideas for the next record, because I'm ready. You know, but the Soul Purpose is a really great record, so I want to promote that properly. Like, I didn't do it to Soul Purpose, my first record. Don't get confused, listeners. Soul Purpose was the name of my first record, but my band is Soul Purpose because I love the name so much. I said, wow, you know, we were trying to come up with a name. We had all these names, and my manager, he was tough. He said, no. He was shooting my ideas down, and I shot some of his down. But finally, we came up with a compromise, and we knew he came up with the part of it. And I said, well, yeah, that's it. You know, so now we have the name of Soul Purpose, and the name of the CD is River of Soul. You know? That's
right, River of Soul, BobbyHarden.com. And before we get into two more tracks and say goodnight, Youngstown, Ohio. When did you leave Youngstown?
Oh, I left Ohio back in, let me see, 79.
Okay. Yeah, I got a good friend out there. He's in a band, Sound Doctrine, Jerry B.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, jazz funk outfit, yep.
Well, Youngstown, you know, Ohio got a lot of great talent. You know.
Oh, yeah, wow.
A lot of great talent. You know, they're full of great talent. And I started out in the church, you know, and I tell you something, I look back, I said how lucky and blessed I was to hear those older people. Their voices were so, like, unique and golden, you know. So I grew up in the church. You know, a lot of the soul singers, that's where they grew up in the church, you know. It's just something happened. But before I want to give a shout out to Brian Knox, who co-wrote many of the songs with me. You know, he did a great job. Brian was just there from the beginning, and we were actually trying to mix the whole project, but we just wasn't getting it right. And then all of a sudden, you know, things just came about. Dave McNair came in and mixed some, and then Leon came and finished it up. So it all worked out. But Brian Knox, I miss my brother. He's a great songwriter, and great. Ivan Botley played on the record. I told you all my guys from the band, they played on the record. Adrian Harpham, he produced several of the tracks, you know, he did a great job. You know, it's a lot of people involved, you know, in helping me with this project, because I could not have done it by myself. I really couldn't. So I'm very fortunate to have so many people come to my rescue and be there for me. And most importantly, all the people, the fans, friends that have been there for me. When I do the B.B. Kings, people come out. I haven't seen people in years, and they come out. So it's just great. You know, it's just really great. Very fortunate. Also, Gregory Jones. You know, Gregory Jones is a great bass player too. He played on the record. You know, it's just been a lot of cool, wonderful musicians. And then. What's his name? Tony Stevenson. I had several good bass players, you know, on this project. Tony Stevenson played bass. It's good. It's good. A guy named Robin McIntyre, he played guitar. I have to list everything because I don't want nobody pissed with me, you know.
That's right.
And Paul Shellick, we recorded at his Capture Sounds, you know, a lot of the tracks, not all of them, but most of the tracks we recorded at Paul Shellick's Capture Sound studio. So I think I got everybody in,
yeah,
you know.
And I glossed over the producers of your video, Anana K and Arakli G, who did a fantastic job, right?
Didn't they do a great job?
Yeah.
They do a great job, and we plan on using them for the next one. They did a fantastic job, and they were a wonderful, lovely couple too. They really made it happen, and we look forward to the next one. So which song you want me to do the next video on?
Well, Joe? we were talking maybe Try Again and Let's Get Real. We're going to drop both tracks, and thank you, Bobby, for coming by, and also encourage our crowd to go out to see Bobby Harden and Soul Purpose at the Turning Point at the Piedmont Cafe, March 18th, 8 o'clock. Doors open 9 o'clock. Showtime 2 sets, and BobbyHarden.com. So
yeah, and I would also like to encourage your listeners, if you just go to iTunes and download one song, maybe Where's the Love? I think it's a great song, but if you listen to the other ones you want, just one track, that would be a big, big help to my goals and my career. So if you're listening, the whole CD is really great. CDBaby.com, you can get it there. But if you just want but one track, 99 cents. How about that? Now, nobody's going to go broke from spending 99 cents.
That's right. That's great promotion. That's the way you got to do it, but it's a great CD.
Yeah.
All straight through the 9 tracks. And, hey, Bobby, thanks, brother, as always, for coming by.
Oh, anytime, Joe, and we're going to schedule that concert, and we're going to have a great time, man.
Yeah.
And thank you for doing what you do. You're a blessing to all of us and to your listeners because you introduced them to wonderful music. So thank you. Thank you very, very much.
All right, Bobby Harden here at WVOF. 2 in a row. Try again and let's get real. In just a few moments, we'll be joined by Toronto musician Jenny Law. So thanks, Bobby.
Thank you.